Number 9. Sabrina Frank Prater. On November 11th, 2021, Franklin Prater, a contractor operating outside of Flint, Michigan, posted his first video on TikTok. The video featured Franklin in women's clothing, standing in a dimly lit basement, and dancing to a remix of Shania Twain's Any Man of Mine. The video, despite sounding strange to anyone unfamiliar with TikTok, was ordinary for the platform. But Franklin, otherwise known as Sabrina, garnered a lot of attention through that post, 22 million views within the first week it was uploaded, and many more after. Other users on the platform began, quote, stitching or responding with their own clips to Sabrina's video and made fun of her content. While it might not have been very nice of them, it was more or less expected from these users. What wasn't expected, though, was how Sabrina Prater got dragged into a series of harassing videos and blog posts alleging that she was a kidnapper and a murderer. Where did this come from, you might ask? Well, Dalton Thayer, a content creator, posted a TikTok of his own, pointing out strange and seemingly terrifying things in the background of Prater's dance videos. Up until this point, Prater had been making regular content for her channel, seemingly unbothered by anyone making fun of her, going about the business as usual. Thayer's video pointed out what seemed like bloodstains on the floor, a latch on a door behind Prater, and a brief glimpse of a woman appearing in the television screen behind her. Prater was understandably not the tidiest person, which was obvious from her videos, but nothing suggested that she was a kidnapper or a murderer. It'd be a pretty far stretch to assume so. Despite this, Thayer's video led to other users jumping on the bandwagon and setting fire to the idea that Prater was indeed a sinister individual. As it turned out, Prater had been remodeling the home she was dancing in and had logical explanations for everything. She posted a video in response to the allegations, hate, and harassment that she had received. Prater can be seen getting emotional as she tells viewers, "I'm sick of being hurt by this. I'm just like anybody else. I just want to be loved and accepted, man," she said in the video. Quote, "And I'm not. I'm getting treated worse than anybody coming out like me." Sabrina Prater hasn't posted content in several weeks. Dalton Thayer has deleted his account. Fans believe that Sabrina is either missing or has chosen to turn to an alleged substance abuse problem. Number 8. Logan Paul. Quote, "This is the most real vlog I've ever posted to this channel. Buckle the F up, because you're never gonna see a video like this again." End quote. This is what Logan Paul told his viewers, implying the sight they were about to witness could not be found anywhere else on YouTube, and for good reason too. The spectacle was that of a man's course in Aokigahara, Japan, also known as the Suicide Forest. The video was posted on December 31st, 2017, and it was part of a series of vlogs Paul uploaded documenting his trip to Japan. Obviously, the video featuring the corpse of a suicide victim was the final straw. Paul had also been receiving criticism throughout his trip for furthering stereotypes and being extremely disrespectful to Japanese culture. In previous videos, the YouTube sensation can be seen wearing a Pikachu costume, throwing Pokeballs at people, including a police officer, and waving sushi at random people in the street as if these people were just props for his entertainment. His videos were crass and promoted a cartoonish, immature, and unnatural image of the country. Paul himself even said that Japan felt like an entire cartoon, which should have been red flag number 1. While passing through Aokigahara, Paul can be heard commenting about how people have been coming to the forest to commit suicide for years. There had been 247 cases of attempted suicides in the forest the previous year, with 57 successful ones. The YouTuber went ahead to show one successful such attempt in gleeful manner. He even showed the corpse on the thumbnail of his video. YouTube immediately pulled the video down and withdrew from the sponsorships they had with Paul. He went on to apologize for the video in question, claiming that it was meant to be educational and spread suicide prevention messages. But all in all, it was in poor taste. Have you heard about Logan's controversies? Let us know your thoughts in the comments, and be sure to subscribe if you liked the video so far. Now, right back to it. Number 7. Nicole Arbour. When you think of Nicole Arbour, YouTube veterans might recognize at least one of her infamous videos, Dear Fat People or This Is America. Arbour had been creating content on her YouTube channel for several years, but the video entitled Dear Fat People, posted in 2015, is what got her 15 minutes of fame. The content has been shared, commented on, and even disliked several thousands of times, but Arbour refuses to take it down or even apologize for her comments, calling out overweight people for not doing enough to be in shape in the video. Instead, she shifted her stance on it. She stated that it was satire, but she still stands by the views she expressed. Either way, Arbour received negative attention for her video bullying overweight people. Sometime later, Arbour made headlines again after she did a parody of Childish Gambino's song and music video, This Is America. The original song and music video were supposed to create a dialogue regarding instances of violence against people of color in the United States. Viewers called Nicole Arbour's parody of the video unnecessary and tone-deaf, a common theme for all of her content. Number 6. Rebecca Black. On February 10, 2011, a music video was uploaded to YouTube called Friday, a song sung by 14-year-old Rebecca Renee Black. The video featured Black going about a, quote, regular day in the life of a young teenager. Within the first month, the video received only 1,000 views. But if you know anything about the internet, you know this song. By March of the same year, Friday had somehow gone viral. The video, produced by Arc Music Factory, gathered millions of views in a matter of days. By the end of the year, the video received more than 167 million views and just under 3.2 million dislikes. While not what Black had hoped for, she seemed to have been managing her newfound fame well enough for the first couple of months. Black appeared on multiple TV shows, was featured in articles, and hashtag Friday became the most trending topic on Twitter. The hate from the video seemed to be centered on the cheesy tone of the song and Rebecca's poor singing. Things began to get ugly when Black and her family received death threats on the phone and messages scribbled on their walls. The police were called to investigate, but no arrests were ever made in connection to the hate. Today, Rebecca Black continues to make music using her own record label, RB Studios. She's made good use of her viral fame and has released one version or another of the song every year since 2011, and her voice as well as her production value has improved dramatically. Number 5. Sam Pepper. Samuel Pepper, better known as Sam Pepper, is a former YouTuber and current TikToker. The British content creator refers to himself as a quote prankster. However, not everyone has found his pranks to be in good spirits. Pepper has been the subject of several controversies thanks to his disrespectful, over-the-top pranks, particularly those he plays on women. In September 2014, Pepper uploaded a controversial video titled Fake Hand Ass Pinch Prank, which surely nothing could be wrong with a video with this gem of a title. Pepper filmed himself going up to women and asking for directions before pinching their buttocks. Several allegations of harassment and rape came up against Pepper after the video blew up, but instead of issuing an apology, Pepper created another video in which a woman was now pranking men, as if this evened things out. He stated that his videos were, quote, social experiments, but both of them were later deleted. In November of 2015, Pepper became the subject of controversy again when he uploaded a video titled Killing Best Friend Prank. The video featured internet personalities Sam Goldbach and Colby Brock. Brock was in on the, quote, prank. Goldbach was not. The video was traumatizing from start to finish. Masked men kidnapped both Goldbach and Brock, put bags over their heads, and put them in the trunk of a car, then took them to a secluded location. They then shot Brock in front of Goldbach, who looked incredibly distraught, and rightfully so. Although Pepper revealed himself and Brock tried to console Goldbach, the internet was not happy with Sam for making light of a kidnapping situation and putting his so-called friend through this trauma. Everyone believed Pepper had gone too far and made a mockery of an otherwise serious situation. Number 4. Catie Upton. Lauren Caitlin Upton, popularly known as Catie Upton, took to the mic to answer Amy Teagarden's question during the 2007 Miss Teen USA pageant. The question was, quote, recent polls have shown a fifth of Americans can't locate the U.S. on a world map. Why do you think this is? End quote. While there are several ways to respond to this question, Upton made a terrible answer. She replied, quote, I personally believe that U.S. Americans are unable to do so because some people out there in our nation don't have maps, and I believe that our education, like such as in South Africa and the Iraq, everywhere like such as this, and I believe that our education over here in the U.S. should help the U.S. or should help South Africa and should help the Iraq and the Asian countries, so we will be able to build up our future for our children. End quote. Truly insightful and brave of her to say. Upton had been crowned Miss South Carolina Teen in another pageant held in her home state earlier that year. Her response garnered her international notoriety and several satirical posts were made out of it. She went on to redeem herself on an episode of The Today Show where she was asked the same question again. This time she replied, quote, "Well, personally, my friends and I, we know exactly where the United States is on our map. I don't know anyone else who doesn't, and if the statistics are correct, I believe that there should be more emphasis on geography in our education so people will learn how to read maps better." End quote. Upton went on to compete in a handful of other pageants, but focused more on modeling. As of 2016, she shifted her focus entirely towards real estate. Probably for the best. Number 3, Courtney Stodden. Singer, songwriter, and actress Courtney Stodden is known for none of those three things. Stodden rose to popularity in 2011 for marrying her acting teacher Doug Hutchison. The problem? Hutchison was 51 years old and Stodden was 16. Yeah, sounds like a lawsuit if you ask us. In late 2010, Stodden signed up for acting classes taught by Hutchison. The actor was unaware of Stodden's age, then 16, and pursued an online relationship with the young girl. Stodden's mother would monitor her chats with Hutchison and was aware of their bubbling romance. Stodden and Hutchison eventually met in 2011, and that's when the actor became aware of his girlfriend's actual age. Nevertheless, he asked for her parents' blessing, which he received, and went on to marry her. Yikes. Stodden became notorious for marrying a much older man and for the numerous cosmetic procedures she received, including breast augmentation at such a young age. Courtney Stodden and Doug Hutchison were later divorced in 2020. Number 2, Kim Davis. As part of her job, Rowan County Clerk Kim Davis was required to issue marriage licenses in the county. Davis, however, refused to issue marriage licenses to same-sex couples in 2015, citing that she worked under, quote, God's rule and not the federal court's directive, which was false. She worked for the government. Davis stumbled into the public eye when several same-sex couples reported online that she refused to issue marriage licenses to them. The case received several shares until it eventually reached state authorities, after which Davis was under court order to issue marriage licenses regardless of sexual orientation. The clerk, however, disregarded the citation and continued on as if nothing had happened. Davis was arrested and spent a couple nights in jail for refusing a federal order, but she still hadn't learned her lesson. Several far-right activists and supporters rallied to her side following her release, including several politicians intending on using Davis's fame for political gain. Davis and her supporters, on the other hand, were working towards getting a meeting with the Pope himself. According to Davis and her lawyer, the Pope told her to, quote, stay strong, and gave her 2 rosaries. The irony of the situation was that the Vatican issued its own statement, distancing themselves from Davis. Number 1, Joey Buttafuoco. Even after a whole bunch of controversy, Joey Buttafuoco appeared in several movies, television shows, as well as, quote, celebrity boxing matches. The crucial event was actually less of a scandal and more of a crime with the intent to kill. In 1992, Amy Fisher approached Buttafuoco's wife Mary Jo Buttafuoco and shot her in the head at close range. Fisher and Buttafuoco had been in a relationship throughout his marriage, despite Fisher being under legal age, only 17. Mary Jo miraculously survived, but had to undergo extensive surgeries to recover a major portion of her face. Fisher was charged with the intent to kill, and Buttafuoco received a criminal charge for statutory rape. He was sentenced to 6 months jail time and was released after serving 4 months and 9 days of his sentence. The Buttafuocos moved to California after Joey's release. Mary Jo filed for divorce on February 3, 2003, as she should have. Sounds like a toxic relationship to us. Thanks for watching. How many on our list have you heard about? Who do you want us to talk more about? Be sure to comment down below and don't forget to subscribe. See you next time on The Bad Badger.